Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the first one actually has so much potential, and a lot of people are saying this could actually break the game for some decks. Now, anyways, let's go over its effect and I'll talk a little bit about it. Plus, apparently there's going to be way more 6 Samurais, even though we got the last of the 6 Samurais. Hold on, we'll get into that in a second. But anyways, boys, first off, Link Kuriboh is actually a really new, amazing card. So it's a Link 1 Dark Cyberse Link effect monster with only 300 attack. And the Link's zones are only in the bottom. But anyways, its materials are only 1 level 1 monster, so that's pretty easy for some decks to make. But anyways, its effect is that when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you contribute this card. That monster's attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn, which, you know, obviously is pretty good. But then after that, during either player's turn, if this card is in your graveyard, you can distribute 1 level 1 monster you control to special summon this card. You can only use this effect about once per turn. But it doesn't really matter because as long as it's in your graveyard, you can keep on getting it back. Which reminds me, Treeborn Frog can come back every single turn as long as you do not have Treeborn Frog or some spell and traps in your back row. And there are a few archetypes can really make some great use out of not having a back row. One archetype that is new is the Magi Bullet archetype. I know it seems weird to throw a Treeborn Frog in it. However, with the draw power that this deck potentially can have, and just trying to go through some of the cards, I've seen Broken Bamboo, I've seen people run a lot of different other cards just so they can try to get as quickly as possible the Ties of the Brethren. I've seen Dark World Dealings, I've seen a lot of builds. If there's any cards that let you just discard just to get some extra draw power, Treeborn Frog could potentially be really useful in the deck because the Magic Bullet archetype doesn't really rely off of having spell and trap cards in their back row. It's all from the hand. And every single turn, again, you could just get back this card to protect your Magic Bullets from actually being destroyed in the first place. So it could be used in that deck. Also, Lightsworn can definitely make use of it with the new reprint of Minerva. You just throw one of these and you have easy access to Link Kuriboh. And then on top of that, you can actually use Link Summons for decks that you normally wouldn't be able to make Link Summons really easy because you get this card out, and let's say you get it back, because it's during either player's turn, you can bring it back, you can get rid of the Treeborn Frog and then make this monster come back, and then when your turn comes around, you have this plus Treeborn Frog, you can use the Link Kuriboh plus the Treeborn Frog to make another card, and then you can get it back later on. It definitely seems like it's a pretty good card for certain decks. Going even further to what other decks can make great use of the new Link Kuriboh, Skull Servant, pretty self-explanatory. He's a level 1 that you, well, obviously the cards get bonus effects for having Skull Servant in the graveyard, but it's definitely not a bad idea in Skull Servant decks because a lot of the times you send cards from the deck to the graveyard. Heck, even Burning Abyss could technically make use because you randomly send cards to the graveyard. Could be used in that. Also, Spirals could definitely make good use of that. Heck, Battle Fader could be technically used for Link Kuriboh. Definitely just not a bad card overall. It's just such a great versatile card because after Battle Fader is on board, he doesn't really do anything. He's just going to die and go away. Whereas this, you can make it so something has 0 attack. So this card definitely has so much potential in a lot of different decks. But next up, I want to talk about the announcement of the new 6 Samurai. Now, the announcement of it, they basically just showed off that there's a new 6 Samurai coming out in the game. They have not revealed the effect. However, the translation is a link to an original card that stands side by side with the Shadow 6 Samurai. So, okay, so before, guys, I mentioned that this was going to be the last of the 6 Samurai. It was a while ago. It was a Shadow 6 Samurai card, and that was supposed to be it for the 6 Samurais. But now we have a new legendary Shadow 6 Samurai, which could actually mean that there is going to be actually even more 6 Samurai cards. Not even counting because they kind of hint to a link to an original card. So I don't know if that is the whole link summon mechanic, but it did get announced, so that's pretty cool if any of you guys are interested in playing 6 Samurais. I've actually done a lot of videos on them. I'll link some down below if you guys haven't seen what the deck can do. Fuma is a really good card. However, going further into this, I noticed something with 6 Samurai. So we have, of course, the legendary 6 Samurais. Well, first it started with the 6 Samurais. Of course, there's 6 of them. And then we had the legendary 6 Samurais, which we have 6 of them. Now, there's also the Shadow 6 Samurai cards, and heck, what is there? There's 6 of them. But here we go, guys. Next up, we have the legendary Shadow 6 Samurai. So are we going to get 6 more 6 Samurai cards? I don't know, because again, there's supposed to be only 6 of them. That's just kind of how they work. But we're now going to get legendary Shadow cards. So there could be, again, this is what I'm thinking of, new 6 Samurai cards. There's going to be 6 more. Even though they previously said that was the last one, I guess they weren't wrong because it's the last of the Shadow 6 Samurai. But again, like I said, 6 more potential 6 Samurai cards coming out in the game. But anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of some of the cards that we can use with the Link Kuriboh. I think this card is excellent. I'm going to definitely throw it in the Magi Bullet archetype once we get Link Summon on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, Percy, or DevPro. I think this card is going to be really good for certain decks, and it seems very strong to be able to just every single turn, you guys can just make this card come back, of course, with Kuriboh and Frog, because, you know, this was a really good card back in the day, and no one's really utilizing it now. And it could be definitely kind of cool to see it come back into the game. It might be a little bit too annoying, but Link Kuriboh looking like a pretty good card. And I'll let you guys know the effects of the new 6 Samurai card. Hopefully they didn't overhype it. Sometimes when I see some of these cards and then they don't reveal the effect, I'm like, okay, it's gotta be really good if they're hiding it. But again, sometimes like what was it? Tardy Orc was one of those. They didn't reveal the effect, but they hyped it up. They made an announcement, and then nothing happened. So it's just an announcement. We might get 6 more 6 Samurai cards. I'm guessing one's going to be a Link for sure. Like we can smell that coming. But anyways, it is a Dark level 4. We don't know the stats on it, and we'll speculate more on it. But again, pretty cool stuff. But anyways, boys, that's it for some of the new cards that we want to take a look at in today's video. But anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, as well as talk about what other decks could utilize some of the new cards. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I am signing out.